Hello and welcome. In this lab, we're diving into backup and disaster recovery for Azure Virtual Machines. And the aim of this lab is to learn how to protect Azure Virtual Machines from data loss and ensure business continuity using Azure Backup and Azure Site Recovery. So let me walk you through the architecture diagram for this lab. So we're getting started with region 1, where everything will be organized under the resource group AZ104 RG region 1. So in task 1, we'll deploy a virtual machine named AZ104 VM0. So this will be the machine we would back up and replicate. Next, in task 2, we will create a recovery services vault named AZ104 RSV region 1. So this vault will store our backup data. Next, in task 3, we are going to configure Azure Backup to protect the virtual machine, and this includes setting up a backup policy and retention periods. Next, in task 4, we are going to track the backup activity. We'll set up monitoring, but we'll start by creating a storage account where the logs and the metrics will be sent to so we can monitor backup health and alerts. Lastly, in task 5, we are going to replicate the virtual machine from region 1 to region 2 under the resource group AZ104 RG region 2. And we are also going to create a second recovery services vault named AZ104 RSV region 2 for disaster recovery. So this setup ensures that if region 1 goes down, the VM can be recovered in region 2 with minimal downtime. So in summary, this lab demonstrates how to backup, monitor, and also replicate an Azure VM for business continuity and disaster recovery. So next, log into your Microsoft Azure portal. So in step 1, we're going to deploy an Azure virtual machine using an ARM template. So in your Microsoft Azure portal, search for deploy a custom template and click on it. In the custom deployment page, click on build your own template in the editor. Click on load file, then select your template, then click save. So next, I'm going to fill these empty fields. So for the resource group, I'm creating a new resource group. Click OK. Then click review and create. Next, click create. So the deployment is in progress. Let's wait for it. So the deployment is complete. So that's it for task 1, where we used an ARM template to deploy an Azure Virtual Machine. So in step 2, we're going to create and configure a recovery services vault to store backup data and enable recovery options. So in your Azure portal, search for recovery services vault and click on it. Next, click on create. So select the resource group. The vault name is the 104 RSV under region 1. The region remains East US. Next, click on review and create. Click on create. So the deployment is in progress. So once the deployment is complete, click on go to resource and go to the settings blade and click on properties. So under backup and configuration, click update and review the backup configuration. So we are going to leave the storage replication type as geo redundant. Let's go back. So next, go to security settings and under the soft delete and security settings, click on update. So under the security and soft delete settings, soft delete is enabled and the retention period is set to 14 days. And the retention period is the number of days for which the deleted data is retained before permanently deleted. Alright, then click on cancel. So that's it for step 2. So in step 3, we are going to configure Azure Virtual Machine level backup by applying backup policies and defining retention periods. So next, go to the recovery services vault and click on backup. So click on backup. So under policy subtype, click on standard and under backup policy, click on create a new policy. So the policy name, the frequency daily, time 12 a.m. and I'll leave the time zone as it is, or you can as well change it to your own time zone. The retain instant recovery snapshots, I'll leave it at 2 days and click OK. So under virtual machines, I'll click add. I'll select the virtual machine, click OK. Next, click Enable Backup. So let's wait for the backup to be enabled. So once the deployment is complete, click on Go to Resource. And in the Protected Items blade, click Backup Items. And click the entry Azure Virtual Machine. Then you can view the details here. So the backup pre-check is passed. You can also view the details here. Right, and click on Backup now. Then click OK. So the backup is in progress. So while we wait for the backup, we can proceed to the next task. So in step 4, we are going to monitor Azure Backup by enabling diagnostics and viewing job status using logs and metrics. So firstly, in this task, we're going to create an Azure storage account. Then we're going to configure the vault to send logs and metrics to the storage account. So right here, search for storage account. So click on create. Okay, so give it a name. So then click on review and create. Then click on create. So the deployment is complete. You can go to the resource. So let's go back to Microsoft Azure portal and go to the recovery services vault. So go to the monitoring blade and click on diagnostic settings. Then click on add diagnostic settings. So under categories, I'll be selecting some options. And click on Azure Backup Reporting Data, add on Azure Backup Job Data, add on Azure Backup Alert Data, Azure Site Recovery Jobs, and Azure Site Recovery Events. And under Destination Details, select this. subscription, Azure subscription, storage accounts, the storage account that we created earlier. Then click save. So let's go back to the recovery services vault. Under monitoring, click on backup jobs. And we can view the details of the backup jobs here. So let's click on this. The snapshot is completed while the transfer to the vault is in progress. And that's it for this step. So we'll move to the last step, which is step 5. So in step 5, we are going to enable virtual machine replication using Azure Recovery Vaults. So in your Microsoft Azure portal, go to Recovery Services Vaults. Right here, place your cursor on it and click Create. So for the resource group, we're going to create a new one. And the vault name, so we're going to change the region to West US. So if we are changing it to a region that is different from the first region that we created, which was East US. Click on Review and Create. Then click Create. So the deployment is complete. So let's go back to the portal and search for the virtual machine that was created in the first step. So next, go to the backup and disaster recovery blade and click on disaster recovery. So in the basics tab, note that the target region is set to South Central US. So I'm going to change it to West US. And this is because the second recovery services vault that we created, the region was set to West US. So this is right here, the recovery service vaults in the second region. The location is West US, while the first one that we created, the location is East US. Please take note of this because this is a crucial step to ensure that the virtual machine is replicated in the right region, which is the region of the second recovery services vault. So in a situation where you forget to change the target region, the virtual machine will be replicated in an entirely different region. So please take note of this. So next, click on Advanced Settings. So you can verify the resource selection here. So scroll down and click on under automation accounts, click on create. So next, click on Review and Start Replication and click on Start Replication. So the virtual machine will be replicated to the second region. So the replication will take a while, but we have to wait for it. And you can watch the progress in the notification section here. So the deployment is successful. So on the Microsoft Azure portal, click on Recovery Services Vault. Click on Region 2 and in the Protected Items blade, click on Replicated Items. So the status of the replication else is LD and the synchronization is currently at 0%. So when the synchronization is complete, it will change, the status will change from 0% synchronized to enabled protection. So let's wait for it. So the synchronization is complete and the status has changed to protected. So we can as well go to the VM to also confirm this. So in the backup plus disaster recovery blade, click on disaster recovery. So we have the information right here, the health and the status of the replicated VM, LD status protected. So that's it for this video, and so far we're able to deploy an Azure Virtual Machine with an ERM template. We created a recovery services vault to store backup data. Next, we set up a VM backup with a custom backup policy, and we enabled monitoring by sending logs to a storage account. We configured disaster recovery with Azure Site Recovery and also replicated the VM to a different Azure region and also verified that the replication health is LD and the protection is active. So that's it for this video, and ensure that you clean up your resources when you are done. And I'll see you in my next lab. Bye.